how are you doing? I hope all is well with you. I hope you're fine, you are safe and healthy from wherever you are watching me from. My name is Irene Tiller and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For the returning subscribers, thank you so much for always coming again to watch my videos. Actually, I do appreciate that. And for you who are watching me for the first time, karibu sana to my channel and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share my videos to as many people as you can. In today's video, guys, we're going to do something different. We're going to interact in a different way. I'm not going to take you through step number one or next step or after boiling, guys. We're not going to cook. We are going to story tell. About the story, actually, I do not have a specific reason or specific reasons to why I chose this to be my first ever story on my channel. It just happened. And for those who started with me this journey from my introduction video, I said this channel is basically going to be everything about me, just myself. And today, guys, I'm going to share with you my own story and it's my own experience. And I came to learn that these stories do exist. I've had few of my friends talk about such stories, and I've had so many stories of such kind. And I can call it's an interesting story, but then it wasn't interesting. For now, it's interesting because I got over it, and I came to learn these stories do exist. So stay tuned, and let's get started. Wow. Actually, I don't know where to start this story, but I'll start a little bit way back just to let you know how I got myself in town or how I got myself to be using that route of town. So there was this day, I get a call from one of my friends, and he was just a mature friend. He calls me and tells me that there's one of his friend who has called him to find him a nice lady, a young, beautiful lady, to be working at his place during the weekends as a casual. At first, actually, I did not understand how he calls me for that opportunity, and yet he knew my schedule. He knew I had a full-time job. He knew I leaves the house very early in the morning and goes back home late. And I'm always tired, so I don't know how he thought I could manage. I asked him so many questions, and for sure he explained them and he answered them in a good way. And I said, okay, I accept the offer. But now the problem was, how was I to tell my current boss about time? Because I was required to leave earlier before the closing time for this job so that I can reach there on time. And because of the traffic and traffic in town, so he helped me even cook a trick. Yeah, he helped me cook a trick. And the following day when I went to work, I told my boss about this trick. She was just a young lady with her own money. And I told her that I've enrolled myself in an accounting classes, so I've been given the evening and weekend classes. So I'm requesting if I can get the opportunity to be leaving job earlier than the usual time for closing. And because she had seen my papers, she had seen my academics papers, she said to me, Erin, if there are opportunities, if there's growth, there's no way I'll stick on you. If you find opportunities, if you find there is something good, go for it. For sure, I was so happy, and because she did not even require so many explanations. She didn't ask me for any explanation of, oh, what time, what are you going to do? No, 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 no. She just gave me the opportunity, and I said, wow, thank you. I was so happy, and I waited for Friday because on Friday was the first day I was to report there. So when Friday came, I remember I left the work by around 3 in the evening, and went to town. Actually, I didn't know even the place I was going to. I was given the direction, the number of the matatu I was to board. So I followed the direction, and when reaching there, actually, there was nothing to explain because they were expecting me. So there was nothing to explain, just introduced myself, and I was told to change into the uniform, and I was given a station, and told to start my duty. Actually, that's how I got myself to be using that route in town, and that's how I got myself that new job, that weekend job. Let's go on. Hey, about this job, actually, it was just this job of my industry, and for sure, it was a very busy place. It was so congested. It was so busy. It required experience. It required much experience. It required speed, you know. And guys, I'm here. I'm very still naive. I'm not that new in town, and I get this chance. There's speed. There's experience. So it was just a big challenge for me, and remember, I was given the dormant station. Not that I was given the busy place, I was given the dormant place. I was like, oh no, I can't. For sure, if I was to be asked how I performed that day, I could say no. It was just a big no for me. But to my surprise, when I was going home, I was told to come back tomorrow. So I was like, okay, I come back tomorrow. Okay. So on tomorrow coming tomorrow, I knew now what to do next. I was to come change and get myself to the station. But to my surprise, when I was going to change, and I had someone following me, and I was told, no, you don't have to change because from today you'll be sitting there at the entrance. And I was like, at the reception. From today you're going to be the receptionist, and that's your new role. I was so happy in once, and because I felt the yesterday job was so busy, it was so heavy for me. So when I was told that today you are at the reception and from today you are going to be the receptionist, I was like, oh God, that's so good. And I really I really loved that opportunity to be at the entrance because it was not too busy. It was not aggressive as compared to the one when you are on the station. I know those who are in this industry understand. So I started my new duty as a receptionist. But now there, it was not a big establishment that now you have to do this and that. The main duty that was there was just to, I was welcoming guests, and giving them entrance tickets, and ensuring I give the right change, you know. That is now my new role I was doing there. And guys, I like the new role, and I did that job for quite a long time. And I was still reporting these older jobs, so I was doing them at once. it came a time I was so tired about these two jobs, so I had to drop one. And actually, I chose to drop the daily job because I found this weekend job was more fruitful than, if you compared with the other one. No, no, no. This one was more fruitful. It was, yeah, So I dropped the daily job and went for weekend job because it was, for sure, it was so fruitful, and I had done it a quite long time. So I had weight, and I found it to be better than this other one. Hey, now this day I came to meet these people. I remember it was a Christmas, not a Christmas, it was a New Year's Eve. I get a call from work, and I've been told that, hey, the director wants you around because there are going to be a lot of more customers, more guests, so you should be around. And this time, you're not coming as a receptionist, you're coming like a hostess. So I was like, wow, this is a good deal because I'm going to get extra money that I'll use it for my, yeah, for my first year's date. So that day comes, I leave the house earlier, go to work. As a hostess, you have to look this sharp, you have to put on nice makeup and everything. So I went and I did my job perfectly, and the shift was so nice, and everything went so well. And after that, I was given my pay and I left work. On reaching town, because it was tomorrow, now it was the New Year's Day, I passed by the supermarket. I remember it was the Nakumat Moi Avenue, which is now the current Naivas. I passed into the supermarket, and I was not this person who likes cooking in the house, because that time I was just single, and my aunt was around. My aunt has come to visit me, so we were not that people of cooking in the house. So I said, okay, let me buy a cake and soda. So I bought a big cake, just these normal cakes, and a big soda. Unajua tu Mluya na soda. So I bought a big soda and I was good to go. So on leaving the supermarket, actually I don't even reach far. I meet these two women. The one was older and the other one was not that old, was at least middle age. So this older one comes towards me and stops me and tells me that, excuse me, we've just alighted from a certain matatu. We are from the other city. We are looking for a church. They named that church, but I can't remember. So they said, we are looking for a church named blah, blah, blah. And we've been told it's here, the town somewhere. They tried to explain, but for me, I was not sishiki kitu, because I don't know town. So me, I'm telling them, excuse me, what you're asking me, I don't know. I don't know the church you're asking me. I don't know. I'm just new here in town. Maybe if you can ask these other people, they can tell you they know. And they insisted, no, no, no. They moved me, they moved me now away. Ndio tusigongane na watu. So they moved me beside the way, and they continued asking me, just insisting this place, and I'm like, I don't know. So they now changed the topic, because they were people for church. They said they wanted to pray for me because I leave them. They hold my hand and they started praying. Little did I know that's how they were. That's how they, even though walikuwa wananishikisha hizo vitu zao, and that's how I got into them. Just in a few seconds, I got interested in their stories, and I followed each and everything they told me. I remember they told me that your money, the money you have, is it has to be cleansed. It has to be cleansed. And how much money do you have? And imagine, I was telling them how much I have in my phone. At that time, I had saved my money in Mshwari. I remember I had saved in M-Pesa. So how much do you have? I tell them. So can we go and remove so that we pray for it and we cleanse it and then you will deposit? And I was like, okay. So these people, they walked me to various M-Pesa shops. You know, it was very early in the morning. It was early like 6. So they walked with me to many M-Pesa shops, but there were obstacles. But for me, I could not sense because I was just like with them. Yeah, it's okay. So we got one M-Pesa. No, we can't withdraw without ID. No, we don't have that enough money. No, we can't withdraw. No, the M-Pesas are full. They are closed. And I didn't have an ID. I didn't have an ID with me. I didn't have an ID. But they insisted, they really insisted until we went with them to my place to pick my ID. Yes. I remember I paid for them bus fare to my place. The money I had been paid, you know, for that day I had been paid. So I had some cash in my pocket. So I paid for them. We went to my place where I was staying. They stayed at the gate, you know, and they're like, no, you just go. We're waiting for you. And in the house, I have my young aunt who had visited me. So going there, she expected me like, okay, I'm going to stay there, but this time I'm like, I'll see you later. You know, I take the ID and tells her, I'll see you later. So I take the ID and then I come back outside. I meet them, and we did not withdraw at my place. We come back to town, and we withdraw the money. And I don't know what was happening, but I remember we withdrew that money at the Nakumat at the supermarket. There was a big M-Pesa shop there. So I withdrew there, and I remember counting. I counted money, notes, 1,000 notes, one, two. So I counted 28,000 notes, and I handed these ladies, and I gave this elder one, this who was looking older, and now they're telling me, let's go to the supermarket inside, and then we come back and redeposit. So, you know, in the supermarket, there's entrance door and there's exit door. So when I entered, for them, they did not come with me. They left. So they stayed back. So when I entered and I went, I noticed, no, there are no people behind me. So I come back. Now you can't pass the same way, you know, you can't get back, you can't get out using the entrance door. So on turning to the exit door, it took a little bit time, but getting outside, I didn't find them. They had gone. And this time still, I'm not like I've been conned or I've lost something. And I tried to look them this side, the other side, this side. I looked for them like 3-4 times, and I came to my senses. Oh my gosh, I've been conned. All my money, and it was all my savings. I remember it was all my savings. I saved 50 shillings, 200, 1,000. I sacrificed for that saving, and but here I am. I've lost it. I remember there was a old guy, old Baba, who had already come for the new day. He was a cobbler. He saw how I was moving up and down, and he asked me, Msichana, kuna watu natafuta? And I was like, yeah, kuna wamama wawili hapa, ndio nawaangalia. And he was like, wako wapi, wamefanya nini? Nikamwambia tulikuwa nao but so and so happened. And he was like, what? My girl, if that has happened to you, if you are telling me they have walked with you this side and that side, and you're still here, thank God. Thank God. And he also asked me, do you have bus fare to take you to your home? And I said, yeah, I have. Actually, I had some few notes, 50 notes, like, yeah, you know. I said, yeah, I have. It will get me back home. He told me, go get a matatu, go to your house, and stay there. So I went to the house and I was really low, you know. I was so low that I didn't know how to even tell my aunt who was around, you know. She was around, we were with her. I didn't know even how to face anybody. I was just there. So what I did, I remember when I opened the door, I slept flat on my couch and with my stomach, and I actually was feeling embarrassed. I was feeling, no, 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 it can't happen to me. And I was feeling like, how will I start to tell people that I've been conned this much? How? I've not been tortured, I've not been beaten, you know. So I remember telling my aunt, Auntie, I've been conned. And she was like, huh? How much? I told her the amount, and she was like, oh, sorry. She felt so sorry, and for myself, I was so low. I felt like it is the end of the world, and I felt like, sorry, I felt like I don't know what next, you know. And remember, it was Happy New Year. It was date first. This is the month you should pay your rent. I was single. I didn't have anybody who could help me or who could do that thing. So I was really low. I was really, really low. All my savings is gone. All my money is gone, and I need to eat. I need to pay rent. But it has happened. So I remember my aunt giving me some money. Actually, she's just a good aunt. She gave me like half of the money that I was conned, and she insisted, Irene, please use this money to pay your rent and buy food. In case of anything, you'll call me. And guys, that's how I was conned. You know, these stories are there. And what I can tell people is just try to be conscious wherever you have gone. Do your stuff, the exact stuff that has brought you to that place. Don't engage people. It was a bad experience for me at that time because it ilinirudisha chini in one way, and it really traumatized me at that time. But I thank God I got over it. But not that I got over it immediately. It took a little bit longer time. And I thank God my aunt was around. She came through me, and you can imagine if she was not around, how could life be? It was just such bad experience. Thank you guys for watching. It's my first story. I don't know if I've put the stories, the pieces together in a proper way, but see you in my next video. Thank you.